Ye old OBS. Alright. We'll get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. This is Hyper Light Drifter. I'll be playing New Game Plus, any %. Since this is New Game Plus, I start out with all of my upgrades, and I only have 2 health. The standard is 5. If you've never seen this game, it's an indie game, of course, inspired by games from the SNES era, as well as anime like Evangelion, oops, hold on, and the works of Mr. Miyazaki. So the main movement mechanic besides walking is this dash you see me doing. I can chain it infinitely provided I have stamina, which is the white bar in the top left corner. The pink bar is my ammo for my gun. I start out with a pistol, has 6 shots. I replenish ammo by hitting things with my sword. And I also have a few other upgrades. All of them require stamina to use. I'll explain those as they come up. Right here, we're trying to fly. The main objective of this game is to go to the 4 areas, north, south, east, and west, and unlock 4 modules and 1 tower. I'm on my way to the first module right now. Most of the time you'll see me doing sets of 2 dashes. There's a certain reason for that. First I'll explain the modules. This is the first one, obviously. I have to pause right here so the game doesn't bring up the map. Anyhow, for the dash, sets of 2 conserve stamina the best, and also if you do 3 or more dashes in a chain, you can bonk if you hit a wall, enemy, or object. Sets of 3 are generally faster. Of course, just chaining it infinitely is fastest, but I don't want to do that in every room. This cough is scripted, so it always happens in that spot. There's lots of them like that in this game. Coming up, you're going to see me actually fight some enemies for a change. And you can cancel actions in this game into other actions to a certain extent. So I can cancel my gunshots and my sword swings with dashes. Furthermore, I can cancel my gunshot into a sword swing. This is what we call plinking. Those big guys are really scary because they can kill me instantly. Ooh. And unfortunately, since the little one hit me, I didn't get my charge slash off, which would have killed that enemy. Alright. Lots to explain here. I'm opening the map right now because if you open the map, you're allowed to move around while you activate a module, or anything else in this game, really. The module cutscenes take about 5 seconds, so being able to move through almost all of them in this fashion saves a bit of time throughout the run. I have to do it with the map screen and not the other screen because if I use the other screen in the inventory, I will crash the game. The red door out of bounds just works by waiting for the doors to reform and then dashing on the line that the red door forms on. And this game also uses an autosave feature. I just skipped one of the autosaves because I didn't open that door the intended way. So if I die here, I go back to that elevator I was just at. That's a projectile shield. It activates when you get near projectiles during a dash. I don't really have too much control over when it goes off. I can also reflect bullets with one of my upgrades, like so. But again, that requires stamina. Some special rules about out of bounds. After you're out of bounds for about 4 seconds, the game will automatically kill you. You can cancel that by healing, taking damage, or sitting down, which is down on the D-pad. The rest of the time I control the game with the analog stick. So just to be safe in that section, I did a couple of sits. It's hard to tell, if you're not familiar with the game, where exactly the drifter is going. Essentially, I just need to ride along the walls, because that's where the floor is out of bounds. Throughout most of this game in out of bounds sections, the floor does not exist very far away from the wall. So it's all just about learning and exploring where exactly you can go. Just gonna do some spins here. Oops. Bonking near enemies is very dangerous because if an enemy attacks you at any point during the recovery animation resets. So you can actually be stun locked permanently in this game. Also, taking damage at the end of your dash for some reason gives the drifter a grounded state again and allows him to dash. Now we're going to fight a boss, one of the only two we will be fighting in this category. Oh my, that's actually not supposed to happen. If you stand up here, those things are not supposed to be able to hit you. That's interesting. This is the pillar I was talking about, or the tower, rather. The pause is to prevent the game from opening the map. So the item I picked up is the shotgun, or as it says in the instruction manual, the blunderbuss. This is the 4th module in this area, the last one I need. And as you can see, I've opened the menu just before the rectangle closes, and then I teleport away. Now, this actually skips a cutscene that plays after the 4th module, so in every area I'm going to be teleporting back to town after I get this 4th module. Another door clip to get me to the north a little bit faster, and also save some stamina. So the shotgun is important for a lot of reasons. Since I have 2 weapons now, I can swap weapons. And swapping weapons reloads whatever weapon you had out previously. You may have noticed with the pistol I can rapid fire it. With the shotgun I can't do that. I have to wait like 1.5 seconds for the gun to reload. And it plays a certain audio cue to let you know that it's reloaded. But instead, if you just swap weapons twice, you can just fire the gun again immediately. So against most enemies in this game that require it, such as the bosses, which I'm actually not fighting until the last one, I will be firing my shotgun, swinging my sword, and then repeating that process. And ammo management becomes much more important in the run now, especially if this were an all bosses run. Because the shotgun has half as much ammo as the pistol, and they share ammo count. So even though I have 6 shots for the pistol, I only have 3 for the shotgun. And whereas it takes 1 sword swing on an enemy to recover 1 pistol ammo, it takes 2 hits to recover 1 shotgun ammo. again, I'm going to select buffer, as we call it, away from this module. Wait a moment for that autosave, which is the symbol in the bottom right. In an optimal run, you would just zoom past every single autosave. Which makes the game incredibly risky, obviously, because then if you mess up, you get sent back several rooms. Okay, here I'm going to skip this arena in a significant portion of this area. This gets me up to the area with the tower sooner. Come on. Alright, what I've done there is slide off the cliff as I'm activating this module. For whatever reason in this game, that allows the drifter to enter a clippy state so I can walk through objects, like so. And then since I dashed there to avoid the stairway trigger, I keep this clippy state throughout this room. And there's a cutscene that plays when you walk up to the stairs in front of this tower, just to kind of like zoom in on it and let the player know, hey, this is something that's important. Instead, I'm going to skip that cutscene by walking through the wall. I'm gonna heal here. I need 2 more modules in this area. Oh, and I should also mention that the clippy thing I just did skipped the boss in this area. Alright, a little more out of bounds. Skipping all of those enemies. And the 4th module is mine. I would like to remind everyone that walls are merely an idea. With all these clips out of the house, I actually do skip a cutscene that plays. The cutscene takes about 7 seconds, and performing all these clips takes about the same amount of time. But doing these clips does save you time getting to the north and the west, and it also saves some stamina as well. Oops. It can be hard to tell where you're going when you have a map screen in front of you. Coming up is a trick called the transition clip. After I go through this screen, I'm going to hold a certain angle on my controller and then dash toward the bottom right. You have to get this frame perfect, which essentially just means mash. But this gets the drifter onto the line of transition without actually transitioning. which then for some reason, if I aim my gun, allows me to then dash into the trees. And then by taking a specific path through them, I can skip going around that entire room. And so, obviously I went out of bounds to get into this room. It's locked from the outside, but that's what these crystals are here for. By bonking on the wall as they reform, or performing a perfect dash as it reforms, you can then force the drifter to go out of bounds. For some reason, it just allows him to walk through the wall. I'll be coming back to that teleport pad later. But for now, we have places to be. Oh, I didn't know you could walk through that. That's gonna save me time later on. Alright, gonna do another crystal clip after this elevator, which will skip me having to do a section where I form a bridge, walk around this room. As you just saw, you can activate things while you slide. Really only useful on elevators and teleport paths. And some modules. I was actually hoping not all of those wolves would be killed by that, so then I could replenish some ammo. I don't need a ton of ammo, but I do need at least 2 shots on the shotgun. Well, really just 1. Ooh, the game dropped my dash input there, so I died to the spikes. This game has a bad habit of not reading inputs during autosaves, unfortunately. Ouch. We're on our way to the next boss, but we won't be fighting him. We'll just be activating him and then leaving his arena. For some reason, if you fall or come back onto that ledge as the crystal reforms, it does the same thing that the other crystals do, which is allows you to walk through walls. I don't know why, I just know that it works. I have 3 modules and the tower. I need 1 more. Now I passed by this area earlier, but there's a few reasons we go to it last. One reason being, this way we don't have to backtrack out of this room, which is full of these wolf enemies, which are quite dangerous in a New Game Plus setting where you only have 2 health. As you have observed. Because they move unpredictably, and they can swarm you instantaneously. And back to town we go. Next stop is the southern area, which is probably the most broken area aside from the north. need to do a couple more transition clips. Got this one first try. Excellent. Oops. Ouch. This gets me to a really quick module, and then I'm going to go back and perform another transition clip in order to get to the tower without having to fight the boss of this area. Oops, I didn't want to get that one again, actually. This one is probably the hardest one to get for some reason. I think it's because the drifter on the load ends up farther away from the transition. There we go. But as you can see, I'm in the wall. I have to sit here so the game doesn't kill me. But there. Tower is activated, and I can be on my way. That's what I like to see. Another red door out of bounds. Enemies are giving me grief. But we got to the module, which is the important thing. Oops. Alright, we have all the modules we need to complete the game. We have unlocked all the towers. Nothing left to do but go defeat the final boss and end the game. As I said earlier, with the shotgun you can fire the gun, swing the sword, switch weapons twice, and repeat that process to fire the shotgun extremely quickly. It's especially useful against the last boss here because it doesn't allow him to get into any of his extra attack cycles. All of which will kill me instantly in New Game Plus. Unfortunately, the game dropped my dash again, so I didn't get to skip that cough. This boss is named Mr. Snuffles. Or at least that's what we call him in the speedrun community. Isn't he cute? I don't know what happened. He accelerated into his first attack cycle much sooner than he's ever has before. I don't understand. I've never seen him do this. I am sorry, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what was different that time compared to the previous times, but okay. I want these things gone for ammo, and because they do what that one did in the bottom right corner, which is create a giant area of effect. Oh well, he's dead. So time will end when I lose control of my character in just under a minute here. Any action besides walking will cause the character to cough. There's 3 times where the character coughs no matter what. But I've beaten Hyper Light Drifter in under 30 minutes, I believe. Get ready on time. Time. $27.38. Not bad. My PB is a 25 something. Alright. Thanks for having me, Boix. And I believe we will proceed with the marathon now. I have no idea what's next. I think Shadex is up, which implies 2 worlds.